Yo, what it do? This your boy Santana Banga. I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
I was raised by my mama, I got moved twice. On this road to be a man, I had to do things. I thought it wasn't love till I...
All right, today we got Santana Banga hopping off the porch with us today.
Trust it.
How you feeling today, family?
Really pretty good, man. You know, another day above ground. You know, you can't complain with that one.
For sure. So what you out here working on in Atlanta?
Man, really, we just in and out. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of business. The moment we done, we done. We heading out.
For sure. So how does it compare to being in Atlanta versus being back at home?
Well, I mean, it's whatever you make it, really. You know what I'm saying? Like I lived in Georgia for like 2 years, so I kind of got a taste of like what Florida is. I've been in Florida my whole life, but I lived on the east side of Albany for like 2 years, like about 4 years ago. Sure. And I mean, so I kind of got a taste of what Georgia like, but you know, it's just whatever you make it, man. Like you can apply the same amount of pressure you do in this city, in this state, that you can do back home. So the same moves I'm making at home, same moves I make here, and take it right back to the crib.
Nah, for real. So for those who don't know, how would you describe life back in Ocala, Florida?
It's balanced, I'm gonna say that, because you know, how can I say it? Every place got its good and bad, right? So I mean, I'm not gonna paint it to be a bad place, I'm not gonna paint it to be a good place, I'm just gonna say it got balance. You know, everything ain't always good, ain't always bad. It's just what you need in life. You gotta have that balance, so that's what it is, and it was worth growing up there, because I mean, I'm a firm believer that you grow up in certain places for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They make you who you are. From the life experiences, just walking through the life in that place, man, it make you who you are. So I mean, it's balance, that's what it is. If I were to put a word to it, it'd be balance.
For sure. So how would you describe your childhood coming up?
I'm gonna put it like this, man. I don't want to paint the picture like, you know, I was a bad child or anything like that. I would say misunderstood for the most part. You know, I ain't go around bothering nobody. You know, it just some cases, man. You know, it just you had to stand on your own 10 in certain situations, and that's what it was. But growing up there, man, it was worth it. It was worth it.
So when would you say you jumped off the porch?
13. Most definitely 13. That's when I decided I'm gonna stand on my own 10 and be about my business.
For sure. So what would you say is your biggest life lessons you learned growing up?
Take life 1 second at a time and let your yesterdays be the teachers of your tomorrows.
So what would you say is the biggest obstacle you had to overcome so far in life?
You know, just evolving into a man, because you know, we all born, we don't have no instructions on what to do in life, you know what I'm saying? So you're really learning as you go. So, you know, just transitioning from a boy to a man, just everything that I learned, you know, from, you know, losing friends to, you know, coming close to losing my life, and just, you know, just things of that nature, man. So it's just learning as you go.
For sure. So when would you say you ventured into music, and what was it about music that attracted you?
The sounds. Everything from the melodies from my mama used to play Tevin Campbell when we was young, Babyface, Luther Vandross, and then we ventured off into like the rap scene, listening to No Limit, Cash Money, Dipset, DMX, Rough Riders. Like, it's just the sound and what it does, you know what I'm saying? The sound and what it does to it, because that's that universal language right there. For sure. I mean, music alone, just you can hear one song like that and it'll change your whole mood. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the feeling that it made me feel, you know what I'm saying, when I heard it. And that's what, yeah, most definitely.
Sure. So when would you say you started making beats?
I first started playing the piano around the age of 7. And then got into it. I started fully making beats around, I say probably like 10 years old. Once I learned what I was using, like the keyboard I had, learned that I can use certain tracks to put a certain sound on and stack those tracks up and then make those beats like that.
So what would you say, or who would you say are some of your musical influences?
Off Rip, Manny Fresh, producer-wise, Just Blaze. If I were to give 3, Teddy Riley.
That's real.
Yeah.
When would you say you started taking music serious?
I say I started taking music seriously once I realized that I was pretty good at it. So the moment I realized I can do it, you know, It's time to apply that pressure, man, and just, you know, put it in the work. Put it in the work, yeah. So that I say about the age, I say, I probably say like my late teens, probably like 16, 17, when I really started taking it serious, because that's when I started to travel. Started to do shows outside the city. So about like 16, 17 is when I started to travel with it and be more, I guess, like more of an artist and more of a producer with it, yeah.
How would you describe the difference between a producer and a beat maker?
Well, for one, a producer to me, and this is my opinion, a producer can build anything. You know, like say, like I worked on projects where all I had to work with was just a vocal. You see what I'm saying? And I had to construct beats around a vocal. And that right there, a producer can do that. Like beat makers, there's no disrespect towards them, you know what I'm saying? It's still a craft, but it just, you know, beat making, just go up in the studio, make a beat, just out of nowhere, then boom, there you go. But a producer gonna real deal construct everything, you know, like, you know, a rapper can come into the studio, you know what I'm saying, while you working on the beat and they start rapping, just going on and on. You can say, okay, hey, this the hook, this the verse, this the outro, you know what I'm saying? You can break it down. So to me, that's what my difference would be. That's, like I said, that's my opinion, what my difference would be in it.
No, that's real. Because like you said, you had projects where you had to only work with the vocal.
Most definitely.
So talk to us about the creative process behind Mook Boy's Juvy record.
Yeah, and that wasn't even easy. See, the thing is that people don't know is the behind the scenes work that went into it. Like everybody get the ending, you know what I'm saying, the ending quality of the product of what it was. But man, we went through like a couple of different beats, you know what I'm saying, with the vocals, with that vocal before we even came to Juvy. So it's like once we heard, like we all got together and we're like, okay, I submitted that last one. And it was like, oh man, this thing go. So I'm like, all right, cool. But it's the work that went into it. You know, like you know, when you hear the vocals, you don't hear no sounds. All you hear is that vocal, but you gotta keep in mind the vocal is an instrument within itself too. So what I did, I listened to just the vocal like over and over and over again. And then I loaded up in FL Studio, started playing little sounds with it, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to see what melodies go with it and stuff like that. And I just went based off of how I felt when I heard the lyrics, you know? And that's what kind of drove those sounds to come out into that song. And it happened to be one of the biggest songs, if not the biggest.
For sure. How would you describe your thoughts on the rap game right now?
My thoughts on the rap game, I mean, it is what it is, you know? My thoughts is I just mind my business when it comes time for me to mind my business. And, you know, that's it.
Sure. How would you describe the biggest risk you took that paid off?
The biggest risk? Believing in yourself. You know, because you be around a lot of people that just don't, a lot of people don't follow dreams, a lot of people don't even believe in dreams, you know what I'm saying? So for you to even take that stance and say, you know what, this is what I want to do and this is what I want to be, you take on that risk because you never know what's around the corner, you know what I'm saying, what you got to go through, what you got to face. So yeah, just believing in myself and chasing it.
What would you say is the biggest sacrifice you had to make so far?
Man, losing family members, man. Losing family members, yeah. Everything else I endure, but you know, like losing, you know, 2 family members that was like real deal close to me, like having conversations with them, you know, that was, yeah.
How would you describe the music scene back at home?
The music scene, it is what it is. You know, everybody do their own thing. You know, I stay in my lane. Everybody just stay in their lane and just do what they do, you know? That's all it really is. You know, everybody trying to chase it. You know, it ain't no competition with nobody. It's just everybody got a dream, everybody trying to chase it. And I done been around a whole bunch of people around the city. You know, I know a whole bunch of them, you know, but like I say, everybody just in their own lane trying to create that lane for themselves and, you know, to take off with it.
Would you say artists are supportive of one another from your city?
For the most part, yeah, most definitely. I would say it.
Why do you think people overlook the talent coming out of Ocala?
You know, I really don't know. I mean, because I think for the most part, when it comes down to Ocala, everybody think about like retirement, horses, and, you know, stuff like that. But Ocala is just like anywhere else, you know, and I done been through almost every part of Ocala, just from when I was a jit to coming up. Like when I was younger, when I got kicked out of school, I had to go to my mom's job. She worked at a Carver Farm store. It was like a little grocery store right on the end of the project, Porch side. And I used to go there with her every day because I couldn't go to school. So I had to sit there with her. And then from there, I used to go out there, play around in Parkside and shit. I met a lot of people out there. And, you know, just moving around the city, like you meeting everybody, meeting new people, meeting different people, man, it's just, you know, everybody support each other for the most part. But like I say, stand in your lane. And when it comes time to mind my business, I mind my business.
Yeah. What motivated you to transition to an artist?
I mean, because the sky's the limit with everything that I do. Because even besides music, like I do art, graphics, and everything. So it's like, it's just, you know, like putting it all on the table, not leaving no talent behind, you know, and that's why this is my son right here, this is my oldest son, that's why I talk to him all the time and let him see everything, witness everything, you know, like you got a gift, chase it, no matter what it is. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gifts, things that you want to do and like just chase it all, you know, ain't no limit to what you want to do, just do it, you know what I'm saying? The hardest thing is to make that first step, and then once you make that first step, the other harder thing gonna be continuing, so it's just doing it, man, just doing it, don't think about it, just doing it.
For sure. How much would you say your producing experience prepared you to be an artist?
It kind of, you know, it kind of made me be that fly on the wall, so to say, like from when it come down to, you know, meetings with labels and, you know, being in the studio with artists, just kind of seeing how everybody maneuver, you know what I'm saying, and seeing how everybody do their thing. It's just, you know, it just kind of just, I feel like it's just preparation. Everything is preparation, man, one step after the other.
How do you feel about the stigma that comes with producers doubling as artists and people feeling they should just stick to making beats?
People always gonna feel a certain type of way. It ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I want to do, so I just leave it like that. You know, I don't really feel no way about it, man. People gonna say whatever anyway. It ain't about what they say though. It's about how I feel and what I want to do.
For sure. Talk to us about your latest single, Scars, produced by TnT.
Scars, yeah, man. Scars, you know, I just had to dig deep for it, man. And it took a while for me to even put myself in that vulnerable state to even, you know, speak my mind about things, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, older heads used to tell me all the time, man, like, you gotta speak up. You gotta speak up, you know, and that's just what it was. And, you know, that beat was just perfect. Like, I could have made a beat for it. And actually, I wanted to. I'm like, man, after I went to the studio, recorded to the song, I'm like, man, you know, I told my engineer, you know, send me the vocals, and I'm gonna build a beat around it. But it just, that beat was just so perfect for that, man. Hit TnT up, you know what I'm saying, purchased the beat, and then we just went on from there.
For sure. Talk to us about your new song, Keep Smiling.
Keep Smiling, you know, I dedicated that to my mom, and she back there, you know, that's my queen right there, you know. It's just, you know, chasing your dreams, man, like I stated earlier, you know, you never know what you're gonna come across, what you're gonna face in that path. So, you know, in the midst of me trying to get us there as a family, as a whole, you know, I'm just letting her know, like, even in the midst of, you know, cause like my grandma, we just lost my grandma, that's her mother. We just lost my uncle, that's her brother. You know, in the midst of everything we got going on, just telling her, you know, just keep smiling. We gonna make it one day. You know, I'm gonna hold it down, just, you know, you just keep that smile on your face.
For sure. Are there plans for a project?
Oh, most definitely, man. I got an EP getting ready to drop. We titled it Make It. It's called Make It.
All right.
Yeah, I got an EP getting ready to drop.
What can listeners expect from that EP?
Just a real look in my personal life, you know, my thoughts, my feelings, my demons, you know, things that I battle with. You know, just if you want to know more about me, there it is, you know.
Sure. Talk to us about your independent grind as an independent artist.
Oh, man, that independent grind, something serious. You know, it's full of ups and downs. You know, there's gonna be even moments that you feel like, man, I ain't rocking with this, man. I don't feel like it today. It's just, you just gotta put on that mold and just keep going. Just keep going. Plenty of times I had to look in the mirror and tell myself, man, you tripping, keep going, you know.
So would you ever consider signing to a major label situation?
I got my own label.
For sure.
I am the label, Miller Boy Records.
For sure.
Most definitely, that's my last name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about how important fatherhood is to you.
Very important, you know, because you got to keep in mind, like, these kids going to watch everything you do, you know, and they're going to pick up some of your traits, certain things you do, they just going to pick up on it. So, like, just being present, it's really more than, it ain't all about, like, monetary things, anything like that. It's just being present, you know, like my son will tell you, we'll have fun playing Fortnite at the house together. You know, we ain't got to go to no theme park, we ain't got to travel the world, like, we can be right there in our living room playing a video game and they happy, you know what I'm saying? So it's just being present, you know what I'm saying? Being present and creating that example is very important in these kids growing up, especially nowadays.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
What else are you working on at the moment?
Man, everything. Anything I can get my hands on, any room I'm trying to get into where people want to, you know, spread some business to me or talk business with me, you know, I'm trying to get into everything, sports and everything.
For sure.
But you know, that's long term. That's long term, you know. But
That's
it'll
the
get
big goal.
Yeah, but it'll get there. Trust it. It'll get there.
No cap. Any last words and shout outs?
You know, shout out to the city, shout out to my family. Much love to everybody, you know what I'm saying? And everybody who doing their thing, just keep on going, no matter what people say. Just keep going, keep moving, believe in yourself, and make sure you stand for something too.
For sure. Appreciate you having me today, Santana.
Man, I appreciate you, most definitely.
Gang.
I was raised by my mama, I got moved twice. On this road to be a man, I had to do things. I thought it wasn't love till I felt pain. And then I fell in love.